Good evening, everyone. It's Tom Sydney Bushnell, aka Numbers, here from Psych Club, the Tom Numbers Show. And today's show is news with Tom Numbers. Because there's been some really significant things this week in the news, i.e. the mugshot of President Trump. And just like Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones 146, Truth Social 146, Central Casting 146, New Jerusalem 146. Tyrion says, I'm paraphrasing it, but he says, whatever they throw at you, wear it like a crown, like an armor, and it won't be able to harm you. So President Trump puts the mugshot out on Twitter, well, on X. And I'll probably talk about Twitter and X again. So welcome to the show. So a bit of housekeeping. People that follow my channel, I won't say religiously, but consistently, loyally, and intriguingly. So those of you that follow everything I do will know that my locals channel, my locals community, it's free to join. You just download the app, enter your email, and Bob's your uncle. You're into the community. You can post and comment and well, you can comment on posts, etc., like and things like that. But there's been an introductory price for the last 2 or 3 months. So that was a founding members price. There's 3 days left, or depend when you watch it, maybe 2, but there's 3 days left. So on August 29th, which is Judgment Day, August 29th, the price will revert to its regular price. So right now it's $5 a month. Or $50 for the year. A lot of you are taking advantage of the $50 for the year, which is a steal really, because it's, you get all the access and all of the paid videos for the whole year for $50. You have the choice. You can join before August 29th or after. And if you join after, it will be $17 a month, which is about £11, I guess, a year, something like that. I know Charlie Ward's show, I think his Insiders is about £11 a year, £11 a month. Janine does similar. She's got her show. She does a couple of shows at least a week. So that's the format for mine. I'll be doing news with Tom Numbers, at least 2 exclusive videos each week. You might get a few extras from guests that I want you to see. And sometimes I'll just put up bonus content. But as a bare minimum, you'll get at least two News with Tom Numbers shows per week if you're a paid subscriber. So on August 29th, it will be $17 a month or $148 is Simple Gematria, Donald J. Trump, Time Traveler, Emmett Brown, $148 for the year. But if you get in quick, if you get in before then it's only $50 as the founding member price. So the links will be below. And we've had a lot of subscribers in the last week, so thank you for all the new joiners. And I look forward to thanking all the people that join between now and the next 3 days, which will be the 29th of August. Also as well, you'll notice there's a link down below. I've got my I've got different colours on it, so if you want to get it, you can. It's always worth checking in. They do the pendants, they do the phone protectors, they do pyramids, sleeping pods, grounding pads, so you can put those in the fridge, put a bottle of water on there, or just around the garden or around the house. They're big, powerful ones. So they do a lot of good stuff. Anyway, so that's what it is. I've also got my cherries have come in, so they're good. There's a link below as well for that, and you can get your oil as well. So anyway, that's my Wayne's World moment. On with the show. So here we go. So a lot of people are calling this the shot heard around the world. I think it's maybe the first shot heard around the world. I don't think it's the ultimate one, but nevertheless, it's an important one. So let's have a look at this. People will know that President Trump got arrested, and I've not pulled up the picture. Okay. The picture will be up. There's a couple. So they'll be on the thumbnail. But there's... how did that not come through? Okay. Just one of those things. The Sun newspaper, which is an English tabloid. Sun is 54, which is love. The Sun is 87, which is justice, which is junior, which is Stella, which is project, which is yeah, I was going to say something else, but it's not. But on the front of that page, you'll see it on the thumbnail when I put the video out. It says America's Most Wanted. And the word wanted is in red. And there's also an apostrophe to it. So if you do America's is 69, which is checkmate. Most is 67, which is reset. Wanted is also 67, which is reset. It's also water, it's exchange. That comes to 203, that comes to Trump intelligence. That comes to Trump 11.5. I've said about the election 11.5. Today, actually, I met a friend and she mentioned the word tiger moth, and it jumped out at me. I think that's it's an aeroplane over here, type of aeroplane, but tiger moth, I was like, I've got to do the numbers on that, and lo and behold, it comes to 115. And just before I started the show, I've got the washing machine on. I feel like I'm at Janine's house because she always has the washing machine on, or getting someone to put the washing machine in. Anyway, I went in, and just before I started the show, that was the timer on the washing machine, 1:15. So I saw it and I rushed back in to go and get the phone to take a picture. And I got it just in time. And then it went down to 1:14, which is frequency, which is trump card. But yeah, 1:15, they're telling us. That's what's happening in the Matrix. That's what's happening in the simulation. We're getting codes. I'm getting codes all the time on this magnificent date. Because all movies have to come to a conclusion. They have to come to an end. We're getting close. We're not there yet, but that election date next year has been chosen for a reason. And I'm getting a lot of codes on it, so that's why I feel like I've got to share them with you. Okay, so going back to the Sun newspaper. America's Most Wanted comes to 203, comes to Trump intelligence, comes to Trump 115. 115 is the first number that is shown on Back to the Future with Marty when he goes, the clock is at 1:15 and then it changes to 1:16. 1:16 is glorious, which is country, Letitia. But 1:15 is the first one that's shown when he goes to the Twin Pine Malls with Emmett Brown. Emmett Brown's 148, simple gematria. 148, that'll be the price of the new annual membership after the 29th of August. And 148 is Donald J. Trump. So, but 203, yeah, America's Most Wanted. But then if you add the apostrophe, that's 133. 133 is government, 133 is simulation, 133 is Terminator. So that comes to 336. But then you add red, because it's in red. Red is 27, which is code, which is JFK. It's also the word faked. Fake is 23, but faked with a D is 23, which I thought was interesting. But if you add that takes you to 363. And then if you add the Sun, 87, takes you to 450, drop the 0, 45, 45th president, Spade, the highest deck in the playing cards. But that comes to 355 plus 95, which is Tuesday. So there's a phrase, people will know it here in the UK, but they'll know it globally. Always remember the 5th. Sorry, I've added a word. Not always. Remember the 5th of November, which is 355, which comes to Westminster Parliament Square. But if you do remember Tuesday, the 5th of November, that comes to 450. The word Tuesday, and that's the day of the week that will on the leap year next year when the election takes place on November 5th. So they're coding it to us here in the paper. But 95 comes to greatest. I've talked about the Greatest Showman, 221. That's actually on TV this evening here in the UK, 221. with Hugh Jackman. I bumped into Hugh Jackman actually, the same time I met Christopher Nolan. I'd seen him briefly, but I met him briefly that night, and I also almost met Jose Mourinho that same night as well, although I'd met Jose many years before. So it was quite a night. It's on Piccadilly, and I think Piccadilly's 94 November, if I remember rightly. John. Yeah, it is, yeah. Third Eye, Ace of Spades, 94. So, but 450 is Remember, Tuesday, the 5th of November. And Tuesday's 95, it's Emergency, it's Promise, it's Greatest. Here's a picture I can show you. So let's look at this one. Okay, so this is what came up in this one. So the Star newspaper, you see? Donald Grump, exclamation mark, all right? And you know, they're making a big thing of the mugshot. But remember, President Trump is a master of self-deprecation to catch people out. So the Star newspaper is working for fully. Excuse me. Excuse me. So what a mug comes to 94, which is November. That's in red. Red is 27, that's 121. 121 is Second Coming, 121 is Golden Jubilee, 121 is Gotham City. A lot of people have made reference saying that this picture of President Trump is quite similar to a picture of Batman from Batman Begins. I've done the comparison when he's got his lips like that, Christian Bale doing the lips like the Trump lips, the trumpet lips that President Trump will do. But then Donald Grump. So Donald is 50. America, Paul, Eileen, fight. Grump is 75, which is magic wand. So Donald's got a magic wand. That comes to 125. 125 comes to dark to light. 125 comes to John Kennedy. It comes to time travel. It comes to inversion, which is the method that they use in the film Tenet. Tenet is 8 times 8, 64. Israel, Zion. Will You Still Love Me When I'm 64? That's in popular culture. But 125 is dark to light, and 125 is also projection. So like projections in the Inception movie. I spoke with Pat Cash about Inception a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, that comes to 246. If you do what a mug plus the red, Donald Grump, comes to 246. 246 comes to yes, the 5th of November. It comes to in the twinkling of an eye. It comes to calling an election made sure, or maybe the calling an election made sure. Excuse me. But then if you add Daily Star, which is the name of that paper, it comes to 355 again, which is remember, the 5th of November. Remember comes to 158. 158 comes to Batman plus Superman. They brought that film out, Batman versus Superman. It also comes to top trumps, because top is 51 Batman. Trumps, plural, is 107, which is quantum, which is currency, which is Aquarius, which is Superman, which is eternal life, which is atonement, which is 20. We went through 2020, that's when a lot of us really got activated to this level. But top trumps is 158. Remember is 158. So remember the 5th of November, 355, Westminster Parliament Square, is also top trumps the 5th of November. It's also top trumps Every Last Secret, the book that maybe Diana held up with Sylvester Stallone in his Instagram post. Diana Spencer Trump is 197. The 5th of November is 197. Top trumps is 158. Remember the 5th of November. Top trumps, the 5th of November, 355. And interestingly enough, there was that movie that came out maybe a year and a half ago with Jessica Chastain and some others, and it was the 355. And everyone in the community got really buzzed about the 355. So 355 is a location, but it's also a reference to a point in time that we've known for a long time. But there it is on the front of the paper with President Trump doing the mugshot. Mug is also 41, which is king, which is alien, which is fun, which is good, which is home, which is USA. TSB, my initials. So President Trump, the mugshot. Shot is 62, which is queen. But mugshot is 103, which is September, which is princess. Which princess? There's a major princess in this story, isn't there? Another thing that I discovered today, I've known for a while that there's a close connection between September 11th and November 5th. You could also put in other dates that come up to 261, such as November 22nd for JFK, August 29th for the Terminator film with Judgment Day, but August 31st for Diana when she passed into protection. But the witness is 109. Diana Spencer 109, Zapruder 109, 17, 109, Parliament 109. Mission Impossible Mask is 261, Mission Impossible is 217, Houses of Parliament. Lady Diana Francis Spencer is 217. Tom Sidney Bushnell is 217. Camilla Queen Consort is 217. Mission Impossible is 217. Mission Impossible Mask is 261. 261 is November 22nd. It's Mission Impossible Mask. It's the Project Looking Glass 261. The United States of America 261. John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. 261. It's a lot of things. But what was I saying before that? 261. 194, that was it. Yeah, 194. So if you do this, if you do 194, yeah, that's it. So 5th of the 11th. So 5th of the 11th, which would be the date, 5th of November, that comes to 194, which comes to September 11th, which comes to 1955. And it comes to New Yorker Hotel. Comes to someone's name that's very important as well, 194. But it's comes to November reversal, November the reset, 194. But yeah, 5th of the 11th is 194. And in Back to the Future, they say November 5th, 1955, which comes to 143, November 5th. And then 194 is 1955, but it's also 5th of the 11th, 194. So there is a connection there. Anyway, there are some of the things I wanted to share with you today on News with Tom Numbers on the show. There'll be another show in a couple of days. So thanks everyone. God bless. Much love. And the best is yet to come, 228. Project Looking Glass 228. The best is yet to come. But I think we've got, it's good to pace ourselves, but I think we've got a lot coming. And things happen on a leap year. They've been doing it, So where we're going, where we want everyone to go, where we go when we go, there needs to be a lot of things that take place to give the shake, get everyone on the same page. See? The shake. Links below. So anyway, I'll see you soon. And thanks for everyone that's joining. Yeah, there's so much to say. I will, but there's so much to say. All right, everyone, much love. God bless. Thank you. Hit the, I was going to say subscribe. Do subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. join if you're watching on, well, if you're already on Locals as a community member, upgrade to the subscription. You can either get it for $50 for the year, or on August 29th, you can get it for $148 a year. So it's your choice. Thanks everyone. Much love. God bless. Take care. Bye.